Warning, the following game contains extreme violence and heavy gore, so viewer discretion is advised. Whoops, looks like you're scarred for life anyway, you might as well keep watching the review. Alright, so I haven't played Resident Evil 2 or 3 yet, but does it even matter? The first time I played Resident Evil 4, I never even touched the series. So now that I've gained a perspective on where the series came from, let's look at its absolute pinnacle, Resident Evil 4 Wii Edition.
Set 6 years after the events of the first 3 games, the guy from Resident Evil 2, also known as Leon S. Kennedy, is sent to a rural area of Spain to look for the president's daughter, who has been kidnapped by a cult group known as the Los Illuminados. Also, I'm gonna come out and give these cops the lifespan of a freaking James Bond contact. Hope you don't mind. When Kennedy arrives, he finds out that the civilians in this area have turned into zombies. Alright, maybe they technically don't fit the definition of a zombie. They are alive. Maybe they do wield weapons, drive cars, and wield crossbows. Maybe Leon does blatantly say to the corpse of the first guy he kills, he's not a zombie. Leon is an expert, so whatever, we'll call these guys Ganados. But they're basically zombies. Your goal throughout the game is to track down Ashley, the president's daughter, and then escape with her. Of course, don't think that you're only going to be rescuing her once. And that kinda gets ridiculous. Also, why in hell don't they just kill me?
You stopped at 1 point of energy? Why? Not that I'm complaining, but why?
You carry the same blood as us, it seems. Nevertheless, you're an outsider. Just remember, if you become unpleasant to our eyes, you'll face severe consequences.
Ah, I see. So killing 1/4 of your village population does not count as being unpleasant. I'm just gonna go continue my genocide before you change your mind.
And I love how the doors always somehow open for you right after you beat a boss, with no explanation as to why.
See? The door knows when we've won. Basement, let's go.
Alright, for all my ripping, the story's pretty damn fun. The characters are memorable, and the action cutscenes are worthy of the friggin' Matrix. Seriously, the Leon and Krauser knife fight is one of the best cutscenes of all time. It's a silly plot, but a great ride nonetheless. And if you get any version made after the GameCube, you'll also get Separate Ways, in which you play as Ada Wong. This helps tie the story into the canon of the series. Not that they needed to bother, as Capcom has basically changed genres in Resident Evil 4. As you've probably noticed by now, the camera angle is much different. The fixed camera crap is tossed out in favor of a third-person perspective in which the camera is directly behind Leon. Now you can see everything, as well as freaking aim. Haha, what a nice change. Plus, the Wii Remote's aiming is simply outstanding. But not only are the controls revamped, but so is your form of progression. In Resident Evil 1, you roamed around the mansion looking for keys and other objects that would enable you to access other areas of the castle. In other words, it was a very non-linear game. On the other hand, this game is completely linear. Yeah, there are still numerous keys and plaques to pick up, but you'll be getting these as you go, and you'll rarely be backtracking. The main thing you'll be doing throughout the game is shooting the crap out of Ganados, and whatever else the game tosses at you. And this is a ton of fun for numerous reasons. For example, you can shoot these guys in a ton of different places, and you'll get different results depending on which body part you hit. If you shoot them in the head, that opens them up to a Chuck Norris roundhouse kick. A bullet to the knee opens them up to a suplex. And I just love the invincibility frames you get while doing these melee moves. The bad guys must be so confused. It's pretty funny. And once they're on the ground, you can knife them to death, which is great for saving ammo. And while some have scorned how the enemies use weapons like crossbows and shields against you, I actually like how it forces you to change up your strategy. And then there's the dynamite they use on you, which can get pretty comical.
Dude, I double dare you to... my guy's actually doing it.
There are also quite a few handguns to choose from. On your first playthrough, you'll end up having access to 4 different handguns, 3 different shotguns, 2 rifles, 2 magnums, a machine gun, a mine launcher, and they even toss in 1 free rocket launcher. Use it well. Yet all these guns are unique. No handgun is the same, nor are the shotguns, and I really like that depth. Because of your limited inventory space and money, you have to choose which guns to go with as you continue on your adventure. And I like that. They can also be upgraded to increase their max firepower, capacity, reload speed, and firing rate. And all of this depth is freaking awesome. Not to mention how fun the inventory system is. I swear I could organize the black box they give you for hours. In fact, I think it's actually given me OCD. I mentioned earlier that you'll need money to buy these guns and upgrade them. Yep, it can be found all over the place. Enemies drop it, and it can be found in boxes, barrels, pots. Basically, if Link can find something in it, so can Leon S. Kennedy. I'm surprised that there aren't any hand grenades in the grass. You can also find ammo too, and there are even treasures to be found like spinels, emeralds, and a bunch of other really lucrative treasures. And then you can sell these to the merchant.
Where do I begin with this guy?
The merchant has left his stamp as one of the weirdest characters in video game history. Why? Well, he's simultaneously the most useless and helpful character in the game. He can sell you weapons, but not without a price. I mean, for God's sake, I'm a government agent. Just give me your best guns, tell me where Ashley is, and we'll leave it at that. I'm sure the United States government will be more than happy to reimburse you for helping me save the president's daughter. Or they'll just arrest your black market ass. And why don't the villagers attack him? Usually you'll see him in places where there are no threats, but in separate ways. I've gotten a villager to go right past the merchant. I mean, how much is he paying them? And if you have a treasure map that gives you the locations of all the treasures in the level, why are you selling it to me? If you know where to find such lucrative gifts, get them yourself, and that way you don't have to buy them back from me. And can this guy teleport? Yeah, this is something that everyone has touched on, but when I have to go run a gauntlet of several catapults and blow open a door to a castle, only to find him standing right behind the door, mere minutes after I purchased a new shotgun and rifle from him. What, did he take the back door? And did he lug those blue torches with him? And then there's the sound he makes whenever you show him a very lucrative treasure.
Yeah, I think I'm above that joke, actually. Let's move on.
The bosses are truly sights to behold. In fact, I don't really want to talk about them. I'll let the footage of the very few I'm showing speak for itself. But damn, they're epic. And the game has quite a few mini-bosses that are also awesome. And apart from the Ganados, you'll have bugs, dogs, knights, and a shit ton of other great creatures to fight. There are also some puzzles. They're hit and miss, but by that I mean that there are some fun ones, 2 or 3 which will actually require your brain, while the rest are alright. Definitely not a detriment to the game, just, brief. Here's another thing. To my knowledge, this is the first game in video game history with QuickTime events, and it's probably one of the least obnoxious cases of what has become an industry staple. You should be fine as long as you keep the controller in your hand during cutscenes. So, no popcorn.
Oh, cool, a cutscene.
I used to be a cop in Madrid. But now I'm just a good-for-nothing guy who happens to be quite a ladies' man.
Do something, cop!
After you.
The reason this game is so good is because of 2 main things. One, its pacing. It's incredibly fast-paced, with one of the biggest hordes in the game being thrown at you in the first 15 minutes, but you get time to breathe in way of looting the environment. Just running around and collecting all the ammo and health in the area is a lot of fun. And the other major asset this game has is all of the subtleties. Now, I couldn't list them all if I tried, but to name a few, the yellow herbs will permanently extend your health, so as you continue through the game, your health bar will constantly get bigger. There are a ton of treasures that require to be put together with other treasures to become a lot more valuable, which in my opinion greatly adds to replay value. You can kill most of the living things you see around you, like the birds and the fish, and there's just a ton of other great stuff. My point is that this game is an incredibly detailed masterpiece. But what the heck, any issues? Well, the Separate Ways campaign is kinda lacking. It consists almost entirely of recycled environments, and it's only about 4 hours long. But it's not bad. I personally like the backstory it provides, and there are a lot more hordes to have fun with. You even get an explosive crossbow ripped straight out of the Rambo movie. A lot of people like to say this game isn't scary. I agree, but I don't mind, and it does have its scary parts, at least in my opinion. There's a couple very well-placed jump scares, and on my first playthrough, I found the encounter with Salazar's right hand to be genuinely terrifying. And then there's the hedge maze. Gotcha! Haha, oh wait, no, come back! No! Alright, I guess I'll meet them later in the maze. Oh well, I think I'll be ready. Oh wait a second! And he never looked at his German Shepherd the same again. Some don't like the inability to move and shoot, but it never got under my skin. Maybe during a couple boss fights, but it's no big deal, and that's part of the fun strategy. I can't say how much it'll bother you, but the point is, it didn't really bother me. The game's enemies are drooling retards. I'm not kidding, it's kinda sad.
Maybe if we're really quiet, he won't see.
The jig is up, boys!
Ow!
I'm going in! Sure.
Don't mind me, I'm just...
For Salazar! I shall avenge you, Jimmy! Or not.
Please let this shield hold. Thanks a lot!
Shoot me from this club!
Oh, Dick, where did that come from? Son of a bitch, how are you doing this in real time?
Yeah!
Are you really picking up ammo right now? Finish me off. Ow, ow, hey!
Hey guys, why do you do this on every playthrough? I'm clearly in your line of sight! But it is really funny, I can get over it no problem, and in fact, I quite enjoy exploiting their stupidity. Resident Evil 4 is easily one of the best games ever made. The campaign is really long at 17 hours your first time. The third-person precision shooting is so addicting, the pacing is perfect, and there's a terrific variety of enemies, all of which are awesome to fight. Not to mention the incredible depth and secrets that are consistent throughout the entire game, with all the guns to choose from, and upgrade paths for each gun, not to mention the treasures you may or may not find. No playthrough will be the same, which leads to phenomenal replay value, which is helped by a really fun mercenaries mode that just throws every horde in the kitchen sink at you. And there's professional mode to really test your skills. Graphically, it was one of the most gorgeous games of its time, and it still looks terrific today. Yeah, okay, the textures are kinda weak, but the atmosphere, character designs, and really damn fantastic lighting effects are so outstanding that it still looks great by today's standards. Is it a departure from the classics? Yeah, sure, but that doesn't mean it isn't an amazing game. It's kinda like how Casino Royale is one of my all-time favorite films, even though I feel it departed too much from the beloved Bond formula. Just play this game for what it is. Play the Wii version, or the HD version. Go back to the GameCube. Bottom line, just get this game, you won't regret it. I'll absolutely give it my third 10 out of 10. Run, 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 run! Crap, 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 crap! Oh no! Ah, oh well, at least Kool-Aid Bat. Oh yeah! Jesus Christ, that's getting annoying!